Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another installment of movie reviews. I'm your host, Jason Todd, Red Hood, and today we're looking at the 2013 movie, The Great Gatsby. So the movie starts off, with Nick Carraway. He's in a rehabilitation, and he's going over his experiences while living in New York. He comes across the doctor, and like they're talking about it, and they're going over his case. you know my dude suffers from like alcoholism and fits of rage, and like he's going over like he gave up writing to become like and an advisor to stocks or whatnot, like in the golden age, um of New York. All the more while, like he bought a flat like next door to his mysterious neighbor. He met his cousin, Daisy, and she was married to like Tom Buchanan, who like in like school, like he was a football player or whatnot. But now he's like living large on West Egg, and so Tom takes Nick to like I think a hotel in like New York or something like that, where they have like a ball. Like they have like the time of their life. One of Daisy's cousins, who he's married to, like offers him a nerve pill, and, like puts it under her tongue and like kisses him, and then like it's like he drinks the sip of alcohol and it immediately takes effect, and like they just act stupid wild. Like they like have a full on party, like everything is happening at once. And then like it turns out that he has no recollection of like what transpired, or how he got home. He receives an invitation to Mr. Gatsby's house. Um, Turns out he was the only one who, Mr. Gatsby, you know, got an invitation to Mr. Gatsby's house. Um, so everybody else was just like showed up and showed out. Um, then they finally like he finally meets Mr. Gatsby, and like he's not what he thought he was for real. Like, and so uh I forgot her name, but one of the ladies from you know yeah, one of the ladies who met Nick at Mr. Gatsby's party. She was like, "Hey, you supposed to invite your cousin to tea, so that they could reconnect. Like her and Gatsby could reconnect." Um, and that's exactly what he does. He like Gatsby like redoes everything in his yard, and like puts up flowers everywhere for Daisy. Daisy's like, well, I guess he is in love with me, and then it turns out she sees uh Gatsby, and then they reconnect, and um just they reconnect, and they have like another party or whatnot, and this time they bring Tom, like Daisy's husband Tom, And Tom, he's jealous. He was like, hey, you know, what kind of a row are you, trying to, set off in my household? He was like, no, I'm not trying to set off in a row. Um, they wound up going to a hotel, and they wound up renting a room in uh New York. And from then on, like, Tom becomes jealous. He was like, hey, what kind of row you plan on committing in my house? What kinds of He was like, hey, you like, you a nobody, you going you's a nobody, why you gonna make love to my wife, Mr. Nobody? And he was like, hey, the only thing that we're similar to is, like, hey, we got money. The only thing respectable about you is your money. I got just as much as you, so we're equals. And, like, Tom really did, like, look down on Gatsby. And, like, turns out, like, him, like, poking fun at him got to Gatsby, and Gatsby was having none of it. He was like he was getting ready to lay hands on him, and then Gatsby, like, wind up leaving, and Daisy wind up leaving. Turns out Daisy was the one who was driving, and she ran over one of Tom's harlots, one of his side pieces. And so, you know, Tom implored, like, the help of Wilson, which is one of the Tom's side pieces, her husband, to kill Gatsby by manipulating him. Like, hey, yeah, he's the one who killed your wife. You go kill him. He basically lied to the police. He was like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. He was like, I ain't have nothing to do with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this, that, and the third. And finally Nicholas, he was like, hey, I ain't got nothing to do. He was like, I don't want nothing to do with y'all. Like, y'all living the fast life. Y'all throwing money away like it's nothing. I've had enough of everybody. Like, and that's when we get the meat and potatoes of this story. Cause Jay was, like, confined in Nick. He was like, hey, let me wait up with me. Like, wait up with me. And Daisy promised that she was gonna call in the morning and sort everything out. So turns out Jay Gatsby, his original name was James Gatz, and he was dirt poor from, like, North Dakota. And so he, like, bought up all the liquor and stuff, and made a deal with this character called Wolfsheim, and, like, how he got into the business. That's why he was able to grow his business so quickly. And so, Wilson winds up killing Gatsby. Nick was the only one who attended a funeral after, like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, like went to the parties. Not one of them showed, a single, came with a single flower. Hell, even Daisy, she, like, Nick called to, like, let her know what happened, and she actually, like, Tom with his cheating ass, like, they basically moved out of the house. And, like, I guess that I guess the symbolism for Daisy and Tom is like they smashed up things and smashed up like people's hopes and dreams and then retreated to their money, which like I find it like true to like here in real life, even though it's exaggerated throughout this movie. That could be said for, like people in the real world now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like money corrupts. You know what I'm saying? And then like towards the end of the movie, like Nick just winds up like walking throughout the city, like his last night in New York. He's like, hey, in my last night in New York, I walked across the city, you know what I'm saying? And it made me sick, like for real. In a deleted scene, like, and then like after, so after he's telling the doctor like all his story or whatnot, he winds up writing a book about, you know, Gatsby's, his whole experience. And he, rightfully so, titles it, The Great Gatsby. In the deleted scene of The Great Gatsby, you see Nick and Tom, like Nick just casually walks through the city of New York and Tom like winds up talking to like trying to make conversation with Nick, and like Nick is just not having none of that after the death of his friend, like Jay Gatsby. Like he really wanted nothing to do with Tom. He really wanted nothing to do with Tom. Tom was like, hey, I had nothing to do with that. Your friend was a scumbag, this, that, and the third. And he just like Nick took the high road, to be honest with you. He walked right past him and then like went on in the store. Like Tom went on in the store and bought up like pearls to give to his other mistress or something like that. And it's like that's bruh, the movie like this movie actually makes you think. Like it really makes you think of like is having money really enough? Like this movie is just like bruh. This movie like makes you think of like, hey, can I really call somebody my true friend? Can hey, is having enough money like truly enough? Like, and to just overall watch people, cause like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, there were like just fake people around Jay Gatsby. Like, and Nick was like the only true friend of his. Everybody else, they wanted something from him, but not Nick. You know what I'm saying? So like, just if you take away anything from The Great Gatsby, the movie, it's just just watch out for people. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of people's intentions. Okay, this has been The Great Gatsby movie review. I'm your host, Red Hood. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.